Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team making the watch list video for Monday, October 2nd. Forgive me for my voice here. I don't know if I'm losing it a little bit. I've been a little bit stuffy with a little bit of a sore throat lately, so if my voice sounds weird, that is why. I kind of like it. I wish it was more deep red like this sometime. So just forgive me here for my voice if it sounds a little bit weird. But yeah, making the watch list video for Monday. Um, a couple I might keep on the watch list, or ones that I was looking at um, that I might add on for Monday are AEHR. Again, we're looking for stocks that are either going to break out or break down, ideally. So I want something that's going to be moving. So a stock that's looking to break out on the daily or break down on the daily for a potential short. So ideally, what you're going to want to do is, as you become a better trader and you start practicing, you want to look to trade the best setups. Naturally, we're more one biased one way over the other. Usually, either someone's more long biased or someone's more short biased. There isn't anything really better, right or wrong, I guess you would say. It's just a matter of your personal preference. Some people just like to trade scalps on the way up. Some people like to let the patterns form and trade the reversals in short on the way down. So it's usually best to ideally, start with one strategy that you're good at, practice with that, and then eventually start practicing the other side of the coin as well. So that way, sometimes if the market's been bullish, which it's been for a past year or so now, then being longs might be more of the easier route to go. But when the market eventually reverses, then more of the shorts will start to come in play. So it's good to practice both, and that's why if you have a TD Ameritrade account, setting up a Think or Swim virtual account, you could just practice all day long, just with a virtual account. And I highly encourage people to treat your virtual account like you would a real account. Trade with the exact number of shares and exact position size that you would with a real account. Put your stops in place like you would with a real account, and heavily invest emotionally into your virtual account, because that is going to be literally your lifeblood. Once you get really good with your virtual account, then you start practicing with real money and then trade with small positions. And then when you're comfortable trading with a small position size, then you eventually scale up to the position that you would naturally be trading. But a lot of people I hear say, oh, well, it's trading in a virtual account is not the same as trading with a real account, which is absolutely true. But if you never invest, if you're a new trader and you never heavily invest emotionally and not just emotion. Obviously, you want to overcome your emotions, but what I mean by emotionally is you really want to just invest, and treat that virtual account like you would a real account, and feel the gains, feel the losses, feel what it's gonna be like when you're actually trading with real money with your virtual account. If you just ignore the emotions if you ignore the process with a virtual account and start trading with real money, that's the easiest way to just really start losing money. So we highly suggest people making hundreds of practice trades in a virtual account over a course of at least a few months before you even think about trading with real money, and make sure you're tracking your successes and making sure that you're knowing what you're doing. And if you don't have a track record of trading successfully in your virtual account, then you're not going to do it with real money. It's just unfortunately the way it is. But trade again with a virtual account, hundreds of trades, months over months of periods of time, get a track record, then go into a real account, trade with small position size, keep your track record of success going with a small position size, and then scale up to a regular size that you would normally trade with. We wish there was an easier way around it, but there isn't. Just the fact of the matter of, with trading, it's brutally hard. 90% fail. It's a statistical fact. So 90% of day traders will fail. It's just it's a sad reality, but that is the case. And people that think they're going to defeat the process or overcome the process by creating their own set of rules, and not following, the process of just it's sheer blunt force going out there every single day, month after month after month after month after month, with a consistent plan and sticking with it if you want to become a successful trader. So that's kind of my rant here right now of just really, if you're new to trading, again, set up a virtual account and treat it like you would a real account. Heavily invest into it, basically with your emotions. Don't trade with any position size larger than you would with a real account. You have to really, really invest into your virtual account. So, that being said, you'll see AEHR. You'll see that this was, well, it looks like an inverse head and shoulders, but it really isn't, because the left, the left shoulder's too far down, but it looks like one. If you could see, you would see this would be a head, right shoulders. This would have been a left shoulder if it ended excuse me, like right around this area here. But even so, if you kind of draw a line right across here around 380, you'll see that there was a breakout, one above, and then came right back down. But now it's closed right above $4, which is a psychological resistance point, that whole dollar amount. So now I want to see it break, see if it's going to continue up forward. You'll see it kind of fell back down, but then it kind of popped back up. Again, with a lot of these, there's no guarantees that they're going to continue to run. There's no guarantees that, again, of a continuation. But if you've been watching our alerts that we've been sending out, excuse me, every single day with our watch list, you'll see that there's always at least a couple, if not a handful, every single day that move, whether it's 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents. Those are all gains. Think about it. If you bought 1,000 shares of a company and it moved up 40 cents and you day trade it, that's $400. If you have a bigger size account, and let's say you bought 5,000 shares of a company and it moved 10 cents, that's still $500 a day. So $500 a day times 5 days a week, that's $2,500 or $10,000 a month, or over $100,000 a year income. So it's very, it's very easy to get distracted. You'll see a lot of the gurus and traders out there talking about how they're looking to make $1,000 a day. As their minimum. Many of them are making $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 days, and that's all fantastic. That's all well and good, but don't ever ignore the fact that if you're making 10 cents on a trade or 15 cents on a trade, and you're making $200, $300, $400 on a day, that could be a $50,000 a year income, $100,000 a year income. So it's really easy to get caught up in the, oh man, I want to make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a day. But don't ignore along the way the $250 in a day, a $500 in a day. That's life changing. And that's really just using your money as leverage to do it. So we all want to make the 50, 60 cent dollar gains, but if you're doing you're trading the right way, you're looking at patterns, you're looking to scalp, you're looking to not get too greedy, and you're just using your account as leverage to make those 5, 10, 15, 20 cent gains. Don't ignore them. Don't think that they're not as much because ABC Guru just made $5,000 on a parabolic mover. Those, just as much as those guys make $10,000 in a day, they'll also have days where they're losing $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 because a lot of these parabolic low float movers can go they can come down just as quickly as they go up. So that's the advantage, kind of the watch list at night here that we're doing, is a lot of these will take a little bit of time to kind of move in the morning, so you won't see them with a lot of volume tomorrow. So let's say AEHR, let's say it has 481,000 in volume right now. Tomorrow the market might open, and you'll see everybody else is distracted by a lot of the ones on trade ideas that have 500,000 volume, a million volume, 200,000 or 300,000 right off the bat in the morning. So the big traders, the bulls and the bears, are all going to go battle it out on those trade ideas movers, which are awesome. We highly suggest you know, trading those ones as well. But until you feel comfortable, these Watchlist ones are really great because sometimes the volume takes a little while to kick in. So you'll see like AEHR, let's say if it's going to break out, it might start off with 30,000, 40,000 in volume. It might take an hour or so before it gets like 100,000 in volume. And then right around a breakout point, you get in and then it might add 100 or 200,000 in volume on that afterwards. It might take 45 minutes or an hour. But let's say, you know, if it breaks, let's say this 410 area here, which is the high. Again, maybe it goes up to 4. You know, I'd be careful 434 area and then see if it goes up from there. But just saying, for instance, if it breaks this 410 area, which I'll set an alert for that, you know, maybe it goes up 410 to 430, maybe that's a 20-cent move, right? So again, there's no guarantee that it's going to do it, but some of these, because they're not going to be as crazy with news and stuff, you can kind of ride them a little bit more. You can trade them a little bit more carefully. And again, if you just bought 1,000 shares and it went up 20 cents, that's $200 in a day. That's nothing to scratch your head at, and that's a huge, you know, that's a big gain to make on your money off of, you know, just scalping these day trades. And that's really what these watch lists are for, scalping them until you get really comfortable, you know, whether you're riding them up or on the way down. And then when you get really a lot more comfortable, that's when you can kind of move into those trade ideas ones as well. Now, if you're a comfortable trader, you know what you're doing, then you can go trade those trade ideas ones, because obviously lots of volume on those low float movers with news. Those are going to be the ones that like really go up really quickly and really come down really quickly. So you might see, let's say this was one that was moving pre-market and it had 300,000 or 400,000 volume and it went to blow through things. That might easily blow through this 430 quickly, and maybe it goes up to close to $5, right? So that might be a 70 or 80 or 90 cent mover, and you're like, well, those are the ones I want to go after. Well, just as well as those can go up 70 or 80, 90 cents, that could happen within 2 or 3 minutes. Like, for instance, like something like this, that can go up like this in the market and then come crashing right back down really quickly. So it's the trade-off of what you're looking to do and what you're looking to trade. So those trade ideas ones, they really go pretty crazy a lot in the morning. And then these ones kind of, you'll see a couple of them will move really good, and then, you know, a couple of them will go nice and slowly. But again, 10, 20, 30 cents, that's nothing to scratch your head at. And a lot of them you can just, you know, kind of ride the EMAs, and then when it breaks down off an EMA, get out. It's all a matter of what you're comfortable with, whether you're comfortable trading the 1 minute or whether you're like more comfortable trading the 5-minute setup and trading patterns. But you'll see, like, for instance, on the 5-minute, the 13 EMA is a really great gauge to ride. So you can see this one right here, AEHR, you know, you could ride it down when it's riding down the 13 EMA, and the moment you get a close above the 13 EMA, let's say you're going short on it, you could cover. If the reverse was true, and let's say pretend this was this blue line, the 9 EMA was a 13, let's say you were riding it up here, let's say this is the 5-minute chart, and then the moment you get a close below the 13 EMA right here, then you would get out. So you can ride a lot of these ones at night if the patterns are there and forming, the ones that we do on the nightly watch list, and ride them up for the scalps, and when they break down on an EMA, you can get out. Whatever you're most comfortable with, but it's all about proper risk management. Yeah, so that's my little bit of a rant for right now. So AEHR, all that being said, I have no clue what it's going to do, but if it does break above 410, you know, watch it here around the 434. Then I'd be careful around probably this 450 area too. Whole and half dollar amounts are psychological support and resistance areas. VKTX, this one's been really crazy. This one, you know, you want to see if it's either going to break $2 or so I'll set an alert at 198. Again, these alerts are not buy signals, or they're not buy recommendations. They're just areas to keep an eye on, because if this thing breaks 198, you're going to see if it gets close. If the obviously look at time and sales level 2, see what the pattern is that's forming. You'll see this one had a perfect pullback, you see this is very overextended, and it pulled right back to that 13 EMA. The 13 EMA is a really great gauge for like the trend line of a stock. Now, it doesn't mean that this stock won't fall on Monday. It's still kind of overextended, but it's still creating newer highs. And you'll see it still keeps coming down and trapping people, these wicks down at the bottom that still goes down and then goes back up. So this one right here, you'd want to see, to be bullish on it, a nice strong hold above $2 if it's going to continue upwards. And I would put right here, I'd put some support right around that 170-ish area and then 150-ish area as well. So I'd put support there, 140, and I'd put it probably around 150 just to be safer. Just because it's whole and half dollar amounts. So see if it can break above $2. If not, watch it. If it rejects off $2, it could be a nice short on the way down. But you'll see, be careful of these long wicks. It's been a crazy one. So those are two that I had on already. For the nightly scan watch list, we're doing... Oop, let me load the scanner here. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit tired and a little bit... just a little bit worn down here. Just a little under the weather. Nightly scan. There we go. Why is that doing that? Oh, okay. I think I know what I gotta do. I have so many darn scans set up. Nightly scan under 100 million. I try to keep it, again, you don't have to do this. I like it under 100 million shares outstanding just because a lot of them over 100 million can move kind of pretty slow. So I'm doing stocks between $1 and $10, minimum 500,000 in volume, with 5% gain on the day. Again, you can tweak these however you would like. Potential of 27 plays. So we'll go through each of these and see which ones might look good for either a nice breakout or a breakdown. RTNB, don't like it. This one, I think it got stopped on a halt for the rest of the day. So I'm not putting that one on. CAPR. Let me see here. So this is a nice one that's definitely held, look at that, right through the end of the day. That looks really good. It's holding its highs. And it's closed right above $3, which is a whole dollar amount. Looks like it's filled the gap too, which is nice. So this one might have some room to go. I'd be careful right around 350. There is some of that all within here too. Some potential resistance, but 350, $4. See how that moves. You'll see some support, obviously, right around this. I'd put it even rate to start at this 267 level. But basically watch if it's going to go and break $3, if it's going to continue upwards, or if it's going to want to pull back. And again, always whole and half dollar amounts pay attention to. But I would see right here this 266, 67, and then see if it falls back down, if it goes down to $2. Who the heck knows? But CAPR, it looks really good. It's holding its highs. So I will put an alert if it breaks. I'll put it at 305. So for example, if it breaks 305, and it goes and actually breaks the 307 area. So like, let's say you got in, if it holds it, if it opens above $3, if it goes and it's breaking 307, and you got an entry potentially before then or right afterwards, if the stock falls and breaks below 307 again, you could risk this as support area, or you can use $3 as a support area, depending on what your risk tolerance is. I'm really, really tight on my stops, so I'd probably use $3-ish area or $2.98, $2.99, because if that starts falling below $3, it could easily fall back down again. You want to see it hold above $3. CAPR. SRAX. That one's held its highs. Let me see here. Your computer's running into dismiss. Gotta love the solid state drives. I make these videos and they just take up so much storage space. So I'd like to see it ideally. So now it's holding above 250. I'd like to see it break this candlestick above that 264 area. You could risk and get in before then. You'll see this bull flag kind of went back up. I'd like to see it break that 264-ish area. If it does, I'd be careful right around $3 as resistance. Doesn't mean it's going to completely crash or anything, but, you know, people taking profits. I can't get I'll just put it right around 298. So keep an eye and see if it breaks above 265. I put an alert. Maybe I'll put it at like 263. To continue forward. Again, if it breaks above this area, you can use this as the new support line. So if you want to have a nice tight stop, if it goes and breaks above, a lot of times it'll break above, and then it'll want to come back and test this area again before it continues forward. If it falls and falls below there, then you might want to get out. It's all, again, all a matter of your risk tolerance, but you want to see it break this area here. SRAX. Let me go and check over here as well. I want to do this. I check at night to make sure that none of them have the 5-cent. This right here, this is DOS. This is a platform that I use with Interactive Brokers. So I like to check these, see if there's anything funky on them. I'll show you when I see one. So no S means it's not shortable. Oh, ARDM's not in there. SRAX, SRAX. I'll show you when I see some funky ones. AE, HR, and VKTX. Nothing funky. I'll show you the ones that have the 5-cent spread. I don't like those ones, so I try, if I find something, I try to keep the garbage ones off the list for you guys. TEUM. That held, and then it really faded right towards the... if this didn't happen, I would have put it on the watch list, but it might be reversing going around. I don't know. Let me see here. I don't like that, so not going to put it on the watch list. WPCS. This is probably... This might be an... maybe not. Let me take a look and see. This one might be an example of one that might be a 5-cent one. WPCS. Nope. All right, that's just a garbage looking one. GNCA. Yep. So this one is kind of holding its highs. I'd like to see it break above. So like that, look, you'll see that it closed right below at 146, right below 150. If it can break above 150, which is right here, it kind of pulled back. I want to see it break 150. If it breaks 150, it might be a nice one to play. Let me replace it. I'll put it 148. Then be careful right at the top of that candle, right at $2. There's no coincidence. So see if it breaks 150, that could have a chance to go up towards $2, and then see if it breaks above $2 or if it comes back down. But there's 50% move potential right there. Or again, it could fall back down, and you'll see support here right around 115. So GNCA. INFI. 1, 2, 3 times it touched that Let's see, is this one that might be a 5-cent mover? INFI. Nope. Let's see if GNCA. Okay. So INFI, you'll see 1, 2, 3 times it touched that 137-ish area. Let's see if I'm going to put that on the watch list. Let's see here. Some resistance right around that 150-ish area. So personally, I would like to see this thing break 150. Now it is crossing. There is a crossover right here, 13 to 50. You'll see a bullish close right above the 13 EMA, which is good. So this might be one to keep an eye on. There might be a potential reverse on here. This is a bullish signal. So I am going to put INFI on the watch list. I want to see it break 137. Obviously, be careful around 150. If it breaks 150, then it could continue to move up. So INFI. IZEA. This one's really been crazy lately. Let's see here. Got this wedge pattern forming right here. Could continue further. This has been just a crazy one lately. It is a low floater. Let's see here. IZEA. It's not shortable. I just don't like this stuff. This is so easy to get trapped up in with people, so I'm not going to put this on the watch list. You'll see these crazy wicks all over the place. So I'm not going to put that one on the watch list. ATEN. This one's still up in the gap. You could potentially play it, but I'd be careful of this 731 to that 805 area. It's right in the middle of it. So I'm not going to put it on the watch list. DRNA. So this one, it's been running. It is kind of overextended. You want to see it break 582 and then see what happens at this 610 marker. If it breaks 582, I'll put an alert around 580. It could potentially run up. Be careful around 610 again for resistance. Also around $6. See what happens. I'd see some, support if it does pull back. This could easily have some nice pullbacks here. So I'd be careful around like $5, even down here at 463. The 13 EMA. This could easily smack down and go down to that if it does pull back. So DRNA, I will put on the watch list. You'll see a nice kind of just this huge kind of cup base. So it's either going to go up around this 6 to 610 area and reject, or it'll break above. But it's worth watching. DRNA. ACTG. No. SITO. At yearly highs, pull back around 740. Let me see over here, DRNA. Let me just go back here. DRNA. Okay. Let's see, SITO. It is still kind of hovering right around that 13. I'm going to put it on the watch list. I want to see a break of 7, 3, 6. No, I'm not going to put it on the watch list. SUNW. Nope. ARDM. Again, I don't want to put too many in the watch list. It gets kind of overwhelming to watch, It's hard to watch a ton at one time. This one might be one that's a 5-second one, or a 5-cent one. CTSO. Let's see. Yes, there we go. S.5C. You'll see price is 5-cent increments. So that's what I don't like. That's just when you see funky candles like these kind of candles and they get like they're almost like too perfect looking and they're like really choppy. It's just the moment you get in something like that, you're basically down 5 cents a share, which I don't like. AFMD, that's probably another one I'll show you. Be wary of these things. It's so hard. How do you trade something like that? It's just crazy. Let me show you here. AFMD. Yep, that is a 5-cent increment one right there. VCEL. So let me see if this is another one. Yep, 5-cent increment one. I'd like this one to potentially look at. Might be getting near a potential short. It looks not bad on the daily, right? But it's just hard to trade those because you're always trading a 5-cent move, like a 5-cent ticker. I don't like that. VRAY. Don't love it. TUES. Let's see here. That one might be one as well. Let me see. TUES. Yep, 5-cent mover. Again, be wary of those. IDXG. Doesn't mean you can't trade them. It's just a matter of your preference. No. VKTX, already have it. APVO. No. PLAB. No. ACRX. Possible. This is another 5-cent ticker. Most positive of that. ACRX. Yep. ARLZ. So this one. You want to see it get above that 200 SMA. It has rejected twice. It could go if it does move or pull back. Let me just take a look here. Let's see if it's ARLZ, if it's shortable. It is shortable. This is a potential one. I'd want to see it break 236. It is kind of a high floater. This is a possibility. 236. Create an alert. Although it is going sideways, and I don't like. No, I'm not going to do this one. You could if it does break above 236. NEOS, no. MRNS. 1, 2, 3 times, right around that $6 marker. Let me see if it's shortable. MRNS. Yep. It's got higher lows right around that $6 marker. I'm going to put an alert around 598. MRNS. That could be one that moves. Some support right around that 550-ish marker right there. And then right down here at the 13 EMA. So see if it breaks 6. If not, see if it's a breakdown. We'll take a look at a couple other ones over here on the highs list. See if there's any that I like here. $5. Let me see. LIFE. It's 5-cent mover. APPS. Nope. IWSI. Let's see. Don't love it. Crocs. That one. This one's kind of a fun one to play. and their close is right around that 970. Some support right around that 935 area. Want to see it break. See if it can go up and break 986. Let's see here. Put an alert at maybe 985. It's still above the 13 EMA. Could continue up. Want to see it break, obviously, $10 if possible. Let me check the weekly. It's kind of forming a wedge there. If it could break above, could be a potential breakout. Keep an eye on it. It might be a decent swing trade. But I want to see it. I'd like to see it break 985. Crocs is kind of a fun one. It's one that it's a nice kind of one like Crocs and BlackBerry and one like that. They're not too crazy. It can have some decent moves. You know, if it broke 970, you know, it could go down to 934. That could be a decent short. If it breaks above 985, I would also be careful, really careful around $10. I'd probably make that red, just because that would be a very important level to break. Let's see if that holds. But yeah, we could put Crocs on the watch list just to keep an eye on it. USAT, nah. IGD, nope. BDJ, yeah, nah. LRAD, nah. TRST, nope. QNST, nope. Look at a couple of yearly lows for potential dip buy, nope. PRSS, nope. NVSAR. Now look at that mess right there. VSAR. Let's take a look at that. Yep. That even. Yep. 5-cent increments. So that is the watch list, guys. So again, you'll see 3, 6, 3, 6, 9. Good ones to watch. Again, practice. Have a virtual account. Whatever virtual company that you use. We love TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim virtual platform. It's just really great to practice with. But you'll see with these alerts set up, you'll see, just test us. You know, look at the alert. Watch at the end of the day. Take these alerts that I have set up over here that are active, and then put them into your brokerage account. If you go up here, if you have them over here, you can go up to setup with application settings and notifications or something. You can have notifications set up and have alerts sent right to your phone. So that's just a great way to just set them up and have alerts, again, sent to your cell phone when it hits certain levels. It'll text you, right? So it'll send you, and you'll see these will move. Check them at the end of the day. You'll see some of them, at least a couple of them will move a decent size run. Size run, and then some might move 5 or 10 cents. Some might get tricky and go 2 or 3 cents and fall back down. But there's gains every day to be made on these. So make sure you keep an eye on them. We send these alerts out as well as our watch list by email every night. I'll show you our website in a moment. But again, just a couple things. We kind of end every video this way. Make sure you like our fan page on Facebook. We're the Bullish Bears. Like and follow our fan page so that you get our notifications because every morning by 9 a.m., where is it here? You will see that we post the trade ideas, pre-market movers every morning, as well as Benzinga's news, breaking news. So basically, Trade Ideas is our live scanner of choice. We do get you a community discount of 15% if you put this promo code in, Bullish Bears 15 in all caps. Benzinga is our live news company of choice as well. Bullish Bears 25, lowercase letters, gets you a 25% discount. These are two of the best tools out there in the industry. Again, if you're on a budget, just wait. Wait till you can afford them. Use our scans and stuff for now. But eventually, as you start to scale up and get comfortable, just because, whatever we put on our watch list at night, and sometimes, again, the ones on the trade ideas in the morning are great. So take a few off of here that you might like, put them onto your watch list, see what you like with the ones compared to the watch list at night that we put on here. But then sometimes the market will open and something else will be moving that'll be much better, and you might want to trade that. So that's why eventually you want to have a live scanner like Trade Ideas. Again, it's the best one that we recommend. And Benzinga is awesome for breaking news, because when a stock will get breaking news, whether it's good or bad, it affects the price of the stock. So what happens is it'll break off of Benzinga, and it gives you a chance to trade something either up or down before it even hits Trade Idea. So it'll hit Benzinga a lot with the news, and you can sometimes catch it a lot of times before it hits Trade Ideas. That's why Benzinga is awesome. So again, those are our two companies of choice that we really recommend for tools. But you can use our scans and stuff for right now that we post until you can scale up and afford it yourself if you're on a budget. But again, make sure you like and follow our fan page on Facebook. If you haven't visited our website yet, make sure you go over to bullishbears.com and subscribe right here by email to receive our daily watch list. We also do send out Trade Ideas options movers as well at night. So we give you guys lots of content, so make sure you take advantage of it. We're trying to do our best to help you guys out. We have a trade room over here with over 500 members in it that we're currently offering for free. So make sure you come and join us, and you can follow in people in the trade room. Lots of practicing, great way to learn there. And again, we're offering it for free to you guys. So not only are we putting in, you'll see we're putting in a 45-minute watch list video. So guys, it takes me about 45 minutes to make the whole watch list, right? You're getting the watch list with exactly what I'm looking at. You're getting the alerts. You're basically getting an alert service that you can input it into your brokerage account with basically exactly what we're looking at, which we would argue that this is much better than an actual alert service that's calling out trades, because I've been saying in my videos lately, and I just want to keep stressing and hammering this home if you guys are new. If you've ever thought about joining an alert service or a trade room with the traders or the company that's going to give you the actual trades, don't do it. It's not worth it. You're going to lose money that way. And the reason for that is, think about it. Anybody that offers an alert service, they already have their position, right? So usually they have their position. If they're a big guru or a big company, they probably have either lots of options contracts or lots of shares, depending whether it's a day trading or an options alert service, right? So now they have their position. Now they call it out to their following of hundreds, if not thousands of people. What's that going to do? Those people are all going to follow and join in, and they're going to now prop up the price of that stock. So what's the guru going to do? They're going to sell their position when they got the profit target that they want. And now what's going to happen? They're going to call the trade out to their group. What's going to happen from there is now you're going to have their group is a mad scramble to get out of that position, which is what? It's controlling price movement of the stock. So they get their position, they get their group to help prop up the momentum, which then when the momentum from their group goes in too, what does it do? It hits scanners like Trade Ideas, and now other traders are going to start saying, oh, wow, volume, lots of volume going in, props up the price of the stock. The guru sells their big position. What's that do? It starts to make the position go down further, and then now they have hundreds or thousands of their people selling at the same time, and what's that do? It's going to hit the scanners again for momentum fading. So my point being with that, it's not illegal to do that. That's really what all these trading companies do, but we're different. We are teaching you how to become a good trader yourself so you can make your own decisions when trading. So when we give you these alerts, you're going to trade what alert is best for you guys, what position is best for you. For Tim, Dan, and myself, it would just be in our best interest to literally get positions, call out the trades in our group, sell, and make money that way. It'd be so much easier for us. We already have, again, over 500 people in our trade room right now that we could just get positions, call it out, and tell everybody to buy the same thing we're buying, and then tell everybody when we sell it. It'd be in our best interest to do that, but we're not looking to do that. We're trying to help you guys become better traders and become good traders yourself and not copy our trades. And because that's just unfortunately, there's no way around hard work. The only way to be a good trader is sheer, brutal, consistent effort every single day. And again, the reality is 90% of traders are going to fail. There's no way around it. So if we can do our best to help you guys become good traders, that's really what our mission is. So all that being said, we are not a membership-based company right now. We survive strictly and solely off of donations from our community. So, you know, could we be charging quite a bit of money per month for what we're offering? Yeah. You know, again, just every day between this video, producing, uploading it, and sending out the watch list, it's an hour and a half out of my day every single day doing this for you guys, and I'm doing it for free. And it's an extremely valuable service that we can be absolutely charging at least $100 to $150 a month for, but we're not. So in order for us to keep going this way and not charge membership fees and not start charging 100 or 150 bucks a month like everybody else, we just survive on everybody's donations. So we're just looking for everybody to contribute at least a little bit, not looking for everybody to contribute a lot. Obviously, we know people are on a budget. But again, if you like what we have to offer and you see value, we have a contribute button right over here. Just click on it and come down here, and you'll see we have donation options for $10 a month, $25, $50, $100. If you see value in us, obviously we have these options $50 to $100 a month. But if you're on a budget, we make it affordable for everybody. Even $10 a month, that's the cost of one trade a month to make it affordable for absolutely everybody. So if you see value in us and what we offer, just make sure you subscribe right here to do it monthly, or you could do one-time donations over here. And also we have awesome merchandise over here, a merchandise store. If you click on it, you'll see we have our Hope is Real slogan over here, as well as our Bullish Bears logo. If you like our apparel, again, we have a whole apparel line. We have ladies, men's, kids, hats, zip-up hoodies, mugs, and gifts. Just to show you here, look at our hats. You'll see all of these just super awesome quality hats, top-notch. Took us hundreds of hours to put all this together. But again, we have a whole brand of clothing. You know, not only our logo, but our Hope is Real slogan, which is just high quality stuff. So if you want to purchase merchandise, make sure you visit our merchandise store. And last but not least, make sure you follow us on Twitter. We are the Bullish Bears on Twitter. And subscribe to our YouTube, click the notification bell, and take advantage of all the content that we have to offer. Our YouTube channel, as you can see, is absolutely exploding. We have a ton of content over here. You can see just lots of content to really help you guys. So again, take advantage of it. Like our videos, comment on them, share them. Again, we try to be our best to be very interactive. So hopefully this video helped you guys, and happy trading on Monday. Enjoy.